What's wrong, Murph?
Water damage.
We are live. Oh, did you get?
Y'all good?
Technical minute.
Please stand by. Yeah, some of your photos were really beautiful.
Oh, there's so many more.
What's that?
Do you want me to bring it up from the website, Mark?
We live?
Yes.
Okay.
You make this.
It felt like it's about like Canada on steroids and then just smushed all together.
Yeah,
The scenery is so stunning.
how's the weather?
We got so lucky. Actually, I'll say this. So when Guy passed away,
Yeah.
there was a rainbow every day after his death until the funeral. And on the day of the funeral, there was a triple rainbow. And when we got to Scotland, every day there was a rainbow. And I was like, "We get this." Yeah, exactly. Not
I
in
miss
this.
guys so much.
It was really special.
Hi, Debbie.
We waited for it.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't sure if you guys were already talking or just talking.
No, we had a little technical challenge.
Banners look wonderful.
Are they beautiful?
Yeah.
It was a shame that they couldn't go up on the road, but we certainly like them hanging in here.
Oh, yeah. You can see them really well.
Yeah,
Some of these names I've never heard of.
they're quite something. I like at the Legion for Legion Week, they actually have the story on the screen behind each of them, which really gives you an idea, you know, so and so lived in Sebastopol for, yeah. It's really special. Are we all good? You're good? Okay.
Thank you. I call to order this committee meeting of the Corporation of the Township of Blanchard Valley for Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. We're meeting in council chambers and joining us are Zoom conferencing companions. Are there any additions or any additions for the agenda?
I just did email around that one letter from the minister. It doesn't, if committee has no interest in discussing it, that's fine. We're reviewing it with the senior leadership team on Thursday. Because comments are due next week, but if you wanted to discuss it, I did leave it on your desk and I did email it around, but unless the committee wants to amend the agenda, I'm.
Okay, it was in our package last night. You had to read it there.
I did email it around, yeah.
So that wasn't changed, okay. And there's no action needed or directions to staff right now?
Not unless you wanted to, so we can add it to the agenda and put it under new business and then we can discuss it at that time if that's what the committee would like to do, yes.
Well, let's let leadership discuss it, and it doesn't look like it's time sensitive, it must be.
It is time sensitive,
is,
yes,
Okay,
yeah.
then we should add it.
So you said comments are due by,
Next week, yeah.
but since staff hasn't discussed it, there's no recommendations from staff yet.
No, because it's, we can, yeah, we'll add it then and sounds like we need a discussion, so let's
Okay.
add it and if you don't mind, Mr. Chair, thanks.
In correspondence.
Good. Yes, that's fine.
Well,
Just an information thing, under beer cans. Okay.
well, luckily for you, that's on our agenda already, so we'll be able to talk about that. It's one of the correspondence items, I think.
Oh, I see, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, from Wawa, I believe,
Okay, yeah.
or Wawa.
Okay, may I have a confirmation, someone, a motion to confirm the agenda?
As amended.
All in favor? Thank you. Next. Is there any pecuniary interest or general nature thereof to declare? Seeing none. I need a motion for approval of the minutes from the November 4th meeting, please. Jennifer, any comments or corrections? Okay, all in favor? Thank you very much. We have no delegations and we'll move right on to Kevin McGrath, giving us the recreation report.
Yeah, everyone.
No, Kevin,
So, my recreation report for the village, the tree lighting will be November the 28th. And hot chocolate will be served and, John Park Wheeler and Heather Bouchard. Will be, singing song, and plus we have a choir of interest looking to, also sing in town.
as long as JPW and Michelle are aware of it, I think it'd be lovely to have a choir.
I was talking to John this morning and there's no issue.
Awesome, and he can accompany anybody.
That's
He could even make me look good, and I can't carry a tune in a basket.
Just for awareness, the Eganville Choir is gonna be participating.
The Legion banners will be taken down, tomorrow and Thursday, and the Christmas lights will be put up at the same time, and, get ready for the festive season. Park bench will be moved later on this month.
Kevin, just on the banners, since they are still building sidewalks out here, are we going to be able to put up our banners and our Canadian flags on?
I think for the time being, I think we'll start at the museum and go that way. and
Okay.
See how the time goes. It's,
Okay. Yeah, that space, yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those things.
okay,
They're still working, and if it seems fit, we can later on.
okay,
Also, the Snowdiffer banner will be put up tomorrow too. They reached out to me, and so they have it ready, so it's going up at the same time as we do the lights and the banner, so.
it's very efficient. Well, and I guess they want to get it up, it's their 50th.
Yeah,
Next
so.
year, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
anyways. That's the game plan.
Yeah.
And the Horticultural Society, they decorate the planters around town, for Remembrance Day plus Christmas season, so it'll look great filling in. The arena, EHL off for a couple weeks, EPS, Eagle District Public Schools, rent the ice every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. until Christmas, so that's a great addition. Our Christmas parade will start December the 14th, from the arena.
okay, so I was told that there was a bit of a conflict there with things going on at the arena. You're gonna be okay with,
There is hockey going on, but we can work around that.
Okay.
We'll just make sure the big parking lot's available, and that's, yeah.
okay, just because mustering is a big deal with, trying to make sure that there's enough room for people to get in and out and,
Yeah.
okay, good
Yeah,
enough.
no, I think we can make that do.
They've done it from the school in the past, which is lots of. If you.
Yeah, they won't let
They
it
won't
in
let
there
it in.
anymore. No.
Yeah, that was my alternate, so the people that reached out to me, like,
Yeah.
we do it back at the school and I,
Plus, we reached out to the church parking lot last year and put the vehicles, people had entries in, parked their vehicles up there, so.
right,
It works both ways, like, we just have a conversation with them if it's available, yeah, no problems.
okay,
Yeah, the church has been great.
good enough. I still wish it was at night, but can't always get what you want.
The fundraiser for the library, I wasn't out to attend, I'm not sure. how-
And can I just ask you a question about is council doing anything for the?
Well, I think if we are, we're not gonna discuss it on camera. We want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
Come on, Meredith, you're not new.
Well, I am.
Well, one member of our wonderful team won't be with us, so the rest of us will have to figure out what we want to do.
Okay, so we should make time to have the conversation.
Yes, we should.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Any feedback? I wasn't at the fundraiser for the, issue.
I should have been, but losing rain and broken limbs, I decided to stay home.
Go figure.
I haven't heard.
Our Christmas dinner is December the 6th, and you see the quotes that we've received and
Perfect.
for discussion is the public skating.
Do you want me to do this? So I had a parent reach out and ask if there was anything that could be done on like Saturdays in the winter for kids that are bored, that don't necessarily figure skate or play hockey. And I know that this is one thing that we want to talk about in budget as far as reusing the youth center, making it an interactive arcade, so not a screens, but rather things like foosball and cornhole and that kind of thing. And so when the parent reached out, I realized that we couldn't do anything right now. It's not feasible. We're already into the winter, the building is shut down. And it's also a budgetary item. But I was starting to noodle on it, and I know that the library does stuff. But would there be an opportunity during public skating for the Eagles Nest to be utilized? If kids could bring board games, I have a cornhole game that I can donate. You know, we have a huge Connect Four. So, you know, we're well on our way to sort of starting some of these interactive things. Is there a way that we could make this work? Now, the reason I chose during public skating or suggested it is that we have staff there. However, we don't have the staff to monitor the kids to make sure that they're safe and they're not, you know, fooling around or doing anything that the parents wouldn't want them to do. So when I read your report, Kevin, yes, there would be a bit of extra cleaning, but I think that even after the youth summit, we did a fairly good job of, you know, sort of sweeping up. But I think that this also needs to be put back to some of the parents to see if they would be willing volunteers. I think for that too, we would need sort of a timesheet of when those public skating times are on. And so to say, if you could volunteer, these are the times that staff are there for skating. Yes, the Eagles Nest could be available. Bring your board games, bring your deck of cards, and we'll have other stuff there. But I think for this year, again, bringing on even a part-time staff member, unless they were a volunteer that perhaps needed their high school hours. But outside of that, it's a little late in the year, but I just thought I'd bring it to council anyway. And I'm wondering if this particular resident, again, if I reached back out and said, you know, do you have a group of parents that would be willing to come out and help?
I really love the idea. I think it's a good way to start to grow small, the thing that we were talking about at the meeting 2 weeks ago. So I love the idea of putting out maybe on social media into the, you know, some of the different groups and say, we're looking at a volunteer recreation community for youth oriented, keep it in the small scope of its youth oriented programming. And I would open it up to teens to participate and they can get their hours. I think that's a really good idea. And then, and also having the timesheet and being responsible and I think that would be the role of staff would be to make sure that the person's there, that they know what they need to do. There should be some instructions put together on the cleanup. But I think when you're dealing with youth and kids, you need to make sure that there's more than one person on every shift. So I think that there's some thought that, you know, could go into it, but I think if we think of it as starting small, and this is a place to grow, but then also these people could be your volunteers for dances and some of those other things as well. So I think going the volunteer route is a great way to start small.
But I also think it will show us a bit of the potential interest we
Exactly.
would have if we decided to open up.
Make it bigger.
Well, yeah, make it bigger. Like if this is a success, and again, this is what we heard from the kids at the youth summit and the grade 5 classes.
Yeah.
If that's almost your target audience, would there be a couple of parents that would come out, you know, they, and it can't be the same parents all the time, it's got, they gotta
Okay.
share the load, well, it could, but they should be sharing the load too. But if that's something that you and Sarah can put together, and I will forward Sarah the name of the parent that reached out.
I just want to add something, it could be an opportunity, well, a couple of things, I think it's hard to follow, to rely on volunteers. And enough volunteers. You could have a drop-in fee, which could be minimal, just to cover staff, extra cleaning, whatever is required. $2, I don't really know what the number is, and there's also many local artisans, crafts people who do programming for children. If they didn't have to pay a fee at the Eagles Nest, as their, you know, whether it's painting or crafts, or maybe somebody who would want to do a program
Yeah,
there, and that kind of covers then, you know, the monitoring kids, right? Because they'll be registered in some sort of program.
I think that this, I agree with you, and some of the, you know, painting of barn quilts and that kind of thing could be.
Well,
But
there's like other stuff,
Yeah.
catered to younger ages.
But I think for this particular program, if this is something that we want to move to the youth center, I think these kids are talking specifically like. They don't want to be sitting in front of a screen, they don't want to be sitting down, they want to be playing. That's what
Yeah,
they're
I
looking
just
for.
worry about the volunteers covering it. That's-
I know,
I do think, if I may, Mr. Chair, I do think I had a similar thought about having like special guests occasionally come in to like song time with John Parkwheeler or whoever, or
Yeah.
Rory or whatever. And so you could have certain ones where you have like an artist that's gonna come in and do some arts and crafts or like a thing. But I think you have to also be very specific on who it's for, the ages, and asking people to sign up, because once, if it's just a drop-in, people will be like, no, I'm not gonna come, and then if volunteers go and no one shows up, they're less likely to come back. So maybe please sign up in advance, if there's nobody signed up.
Yeah.
By so-and-so time, it'll be canceled. I also think it's really important to advertise it on social media and all the groups, so that people are aware that this is starting as a trial. And if it's successful, we can have it continue, but if they think, oh, this is our trial, we better, you know, we want these things to happen, we better get our kids out. So I think some of that wording is gonna help make it successful.
And the age group, I think
Yeah.
this is important, and not mixing older kids with younger kids if there's not enough solution.
I also think we need to tap into those 2 grade 5 classes.
Mhm.
Because they will spread the word. Right? They were the ones that wanted it, and they will be the ones to sell it. So, Kevin, can we leave this with you?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent, and Sarah,
Yeah.
and Sarah,
Sure.
yeah.
I'll just add that last thing. You could also do like one where it's for a younger age group on one public skate, and then you could do a little bit of an older age group. And you can see who's coming out by testing out different age groups as
Yeah.
well. So you could do like a grade 1 or K to grade 2, and then you could do like a 3, 4, 5, and then see who's responding to this. And then if they are equal, you can just kind of continue to have different age groups.
Well, and when this parent reached out, I thought this is an excellent test balloon. Because are we going to budget money? What kind of monies are we going to budget next year? How much work does the youth center need? What can we get to have up there that's interactive? That's not screen based? Do we have somebody, like, there are so many questions about the youth building. And now that it's been so brilliantly painted on the outside, like it's, you know, it's the perfect time to be utilizing it. But I think that, yeah, this is what the kids asked for, so let's see if they'll come out.
I'm full of ideas. I have one more. If you want to give me another minute to share it. Just that you can get people to come and do like, try out a kickboxing or try out the Zumba and have some different, like if you want to get them active, like not just like come and play, but there's maybe half an hour for try a new activity and then free play afterwards.
You want me to come and exercise?
No, kids.
No, I'm
Just
saying.
to like try out karate, try out this, like different people who do things.
Yeah,
But as a way for kids to try it and see if they like it and want to sign up.
well, even step dancing,
Yeah, all
right?
sort, like there's all sorts of things that could be, right? Zumba, maybe not.
I'm just gonna,
I just came out of my mouth. Anyways, thank you for the indulgence.
That's worth Christina. Thank you.
Maybe I'll see you in the report.
All right.
Thanks,
Well
Kevin.
received. You rarely come and leave with nothing to do. Kickboxing with the mayor. That could be more popular than the dunk fan match.
As long as it's not kicking the mayor.
On
They're
you go.
just doing those two.
Stand up, financial report, stand up.
So the November 12th budget report was in your package along with the balance sheet for the end of October. Wasn't sure if anybody had any questions on either of those reports. Okay. Also in your package was a draft debt management policy for your review and consideration. So just some background, our annual repayment limit is the maximum that we can borrow annually on a long-term basis. It is set by the ministry. So right now our 2025 annual repayment limit is $812,617. In 2025, our budgeted loan repayments was $711,940. And we were at approximately 87.6 of our repayment limit. And with the 3 upcoming loans for the 2026 plow truck, the new garbage truck. Sorry, did I say plow truck?
Mhm.
Fire
Fire
truck and the garbage truck. Yeah, so I'm anticipating our loan repayments to be at $773,755.
So this ARL though is based on our FIRs from 2023, correct? We filed 2020, yes. They would be our December 2023 FIR.
Once we file the 2025.
Yes.
They'll update the number in
Oh, will they?
26, I
Right.
think, right? It's right after, I think it's up to date.
So
Because as
you,
soon as we file, like give it a month or two, and we get,
okay, so this 812, that is based on 2024's FIRs.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're anticipating 2026 or 2025 FIRs will be filed and our ARL will go up in February or March.
we'll probably find out in April or May.
Okay. Good, yeah.
Because we file our FIR by, it has to be filed by May 31st. So it's filed in May, so I,
Okay,
So maybe it's June.
So-
that's what I think.
Okay.
I think it's June or September.
I'm
Yeah,
ahead of myself.
yeah.
so I'm going to
Yeah.
assume then that this 812 is actually based on 2023. If we file in June.
no, we
They're
file,
always,
We file in May on time. It probably comes in June. I
Yeah.
was just thinking it in my head.
Yeah.
okay, so they update right away as opposed to everything else out of those FIRs. Okay. Just because you know how I feel about them. It drives me crazy using data that's 18 months old. When we have newer data.
So the policy just sets out, what we will borrow for, how high we'll go on our ARL, that sort of thing.
Yep.
I don't know if anybody had any questions on that.
So we have, at any given time, we have a number of loans in play.
Yes,
The government puts a ceiling on the amount that we can borrow.
Yes.
Under all of those loans, okay.
Yeah.
And
well, it's really the amount we can repay.
yes, that's big. It's like my bank doesn't do that.
It's, John, it's sort of like going to the bank for a mortgage.
Hmm.
And the bank says, based on your income, you can afford a $400,000 house. It doesn't mean that you can't go over that 400,000. But you could also go under the 400,000. So it's sort of a recommendation from the provincial government. But it's,
We can go over it with approval.
yes, but it's best to stay under. Right, because it's, again, it's like, are you going, for your mortgage, are you going to be house poor?
Yeah, like right now, we're close. Like,
Yeah.
So for instance, like there's a foreseeable plan, we know, but if something unforeseeable happens and we needed to borrow more, we could seek approval for that in a special circumstance. But otherwise,
Yes.
we don't budget for unforeseen circumstances like a contingency of, or do you try to?
Well, that's why the
Little bit.
policy says we're only gonna try to be at 80.
Right,
Yeah,
85% of where we can be, if case something.
Goes up real good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that.
No, well, it's true. I mean, again,
It's also it's always the surprises that get you.
but using the mortgage analogy, right? You want to have that. Or if you were buying something on your line of credit, you want to leave enough in your line of credit that if, God forbid, your washer and dryer go tomorrow, or your refrigerator.
I agree. Conservative approach is good. In this case.
Can I ask, Sandra, do you have any comments or thoughts on this of places where you would want some feedback or?
Nope, I was good with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Okay. So build out 2 supplemental tax billing batches, just over 14,000. I also calculated out 2 write-off batches for $1,500. And as in the past, when I did multiple years, due to the legislative issue with Canada Post, I did write off that $553 that they will pay. Because of that
Yeah,
thing. Our WSIB rate is up slightly for next year, 2.2%.
do we have a feeling of what that means in real dollars? Because the 325 to the 332 didn't bother me, the 2.2% bothered me.
Oh,
So
no, I didn't look at that, but it's not.
it's not, okay.
Yeah.
It's not gonna break the budget.
No.
Okay,
Just like if you look at J on my report where I
Yep.
said that the benefits were increasing 1% overall.
Yeah.
That's about $2,000 for the year.
okay. I just didn't know what our.
I just didn't figure it out.
Yeah, no, it's okay, I just, the dollar amount was okay, it was the 2.2%, I'm thinking, ooh, across the corporation, that could be a number,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should figure that out.
it's all right.
Cause
Sorry.
it might be 5,000.
Okay, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's not 50,000.
Yeah, no, no. We received our 4th quarter of the Ontario Municipal Partnership Fund in October, just over $400,000. And we received notice of our 2026 Ontario Municipal Partnership funding. So it is up 10.5%. So we'll be getting $1,778,700.
So this,
169.5 more.
this is the second year of the $100 million increase in partnership fund. So last year it was 50 million, this year it's 50 million. So one of the things that we've asked for over and over and over again in several delegations between the BV and the county and Roma and all the entities is that it's hard for us year over year to know what we should be setting aside or not setting aside and what we should be spending because it's not sustainable. We don't know. So they didn't index the partnership fund from 2016. Is that right?
Sounds probably right, yeah.
That's about right,
Yeah.
right? So instead of increasing it like 2 to 3% every year, they didn't increase it. Nobody really knows how it's calculated. And then last year they announced this $100 million, so 50 million last year, 50 million this year. What would be really nice to know is will they be indexing it year over year after 2026? And I think that's the province needs to understand, OCIF seems to be going down. The partnership fund, thank God, went up. However, again, not knowing year over year is very, very, very difficult. So that's just my 2 cents. Am I thrilled to have that extra 169.5? Yes, I'm sure we all are. But again, if our OPP costs are going up 11% and they're not willing to roll out another $77 million fund to cover it, I have some grave concerns there as well. So, and that is put in a delegation for us to meet with Solgen at Roma, and I know that Roma and AMO are keeping their eye on this as well.
I attended the law seminar at the Eagles Nest. It's a good day, lots of great case laws again this year. Oh, I have included also a 357 application for reductions in taxes due to a demolition. There'll be a resolution coming forward for your approval on that tonight. For $1,382.05. And are we able to schedule the dates for the 2026 budget?
First of all, you are not gonna need a second day. And I knew I was gonna say that.
So Thursday, March the 19th.
Take 2 days.
Is that March break?
Oh,
It's March
yes,
break.
I was asking if
Okay.
we could wait to March
Or is it
seventeenth.
the week before, or
No,
there's
March
several.
17th is, sorry, what's
There's different March breaks, there's different time periods for different schools.
all of the Rancho County schools do the same March break. So.
Oh, is that March break week?
And that's March break week, and
Okay.
it's also St. Patrick's, so since there's 5 weeks
Oh,
in March. I'm suggesting that we move it to the next week, because we'll still have a buffer on either end.
Oh, no, this is for a budget meeting.
Oh, sorry.
So for budget, can we do the Thursday, the 12th?
Sorry, I'm fine with doing it over March break.
Oh, you are?
But I'd rather,
Okay,
let me just take a look.
Oh, this fine.
12 looks good for me.
is the 12th okay for staff?
I'm wondering.
Yeah, it's not just about.
It's not all about us.
It usually is the week of the 16th to the 20th, but why don't I just,
That is, I thought it would be the 9th to the
sometimes it's the
13th.
9th to the
That's what
13th.
I thought.
So let me take a look, but it's usually
That's what I
St.
thought it was.
Patrick's.
No. I don't
Okay.
get that because of my son's birthday.
So
I prefer to push it then to the next week, possibly then.
I can't do the following week.
Oh, you can't do March 26th?
No.
Last year it was Thursday, the 20th.
Okay, can we leave it,
Sure.
the calendar as it is right now until Meredith finds out
Well,
and then we
wait
can,
a second.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Keep talking for 1
There's no-
second.
okay. keep vamping everybody. So there's no way you can do it on the 12th.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
What about the 20th?
We have a lot of capital projects in the cooker this year that. So I'm thinking year end, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I get it.
because then we'd have to have.
What about Monday, the 23rd?
That would be fine.
Monday the 23rd.
Well, we still, hang on, we still need confirmation. Just hang on before you put it in your calendar.
23rd is definitely not.
No, but do we have to change the 17th and the 19th?
Usually it comes up very fast, and I'm not getting the link for it here.
I'm
View
pretty,
full calendar, here we go. Here. Okay, so March break is 16, 17, 18, 19.
Okay. So, is everybody okay for Monday, the 23rd?
Aye.
Awesome.
And then we would have a council meeting potentially the next day.
nope, because it's, well, right now in the calendar to be approved today, I think it's the 17th. So, but we'll be discussing that under
Yes.
Monday.
Potentially.
So potentially, yes.
We budgeted on St. Patrick's Day, but council meeting is fine.
No,
No.
that was where I was going. I thought we were talking about council meetings.
No,
Originally.
okay. All right. Monday, the 23rd. And if everybody comes prepared, it'll be a really, really rough day, but we'll make it through.
And the last, I just provided a chart for you of taxes outstanding at the end of each month and by year.
Yeah, this is very distressing. Again, you work with each of these people when paying in smaller installments.
But yeah, if they can,
If they,
if they want to.
yeah. It's a sign of the times, and we're not the only municipality facing this.
We likely haven't been a lot of it.
No, the other, this does include the province and the county of Brantford, correct?
Yes. Yeah, schools and county, yes.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
The schools
Yeah.
and the county of Renfrew. Yeah, I know that this is going on everywhere, but it's very upsetting. And again, going into budget. Like we already have people that can't afford what they have now.
Yes, and the wants are always there, but yeah, the ones are 3 million
I
in
know.
outstanding taxes. It's a lot. There's a lot of names on that list.
Okay, so
Like, there's a
there,
lot to manage even.
there are a
There's
lot of
to
na-
talk to.
so this isn't necessarily fewer people that are years and years in arrears.
No, the numbers of people are growing.
Okay.
When I first took over, I used to be able to get the list down, it would be in 3 years, to about 5 or 6 people. Now I'm lucky if I can get it below 30. Like, it's
Oh.
just been growing, and some of them have bigger bills, which I mean, I do empathize with them. Cause the range of property taxes is unbelievable, like, there are people that pay $700 a year, and there are people that pay $7,000 a year.
Right. It just, I don't know, it's just tough.
Is it unusual for someone to come to you, looking at tax bill just arrive and come to you and say, look, this, I can't do this? And they sit down and actually preemptively, it was real time managed,
Some do, yeah.
but mostly they make to you.
And we don't bother them for the first, you know what I mean, for the first initial while,
No,
you know.
yeah,
Is
You
there a policy on this?
you don't. And you don't know even month over month what somebody's circumstances are.
Yes.
I really don't know whether you can answer this question or not. Is most of it residential or is it residential and business?
Most of it's residential. There might be one, it's, no, it's mostly residential.
I remember way back, we did see a list once and it was like 3 pages long.
Mhm.
It was enclosed.
Years ago, oh yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't think that we need to know names.
No.
I think
No.
it's just such
But I
a,
just remember that, like it was stood out to me.
it's just every time we get one of these lists. It's obviously they grow. Although they have come down. Since August and September.
Well,
So,
the billing months would always be high, right? Marches
right,
and August are always
Yeah.
gonna be higher, because that's what we calculate the billing.
no, but even September.
Mm.
Oh, I know, cause we get your August 31st notice. Council pay your taxes. No, I get that, but I was surprised at September, but. It just, knowing that we're going into budget, it just shines a whole other light on what people are going through. As Sandra went screaming from the table.
Yeah.
Finally, Annette Gilchrist, administration.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So just lots of meetings always going on. We have an election coming up. So that's taking up a fair amount of my time, as well as the recycling as we get ready to transition in January 1st. That's going well. We had another meeting today with Millers and with Jason and Dana and myself. So that we seem to be doing well in that initiative. And of course, the AMCTO being on the board, lots of things going on there. I'm participating tomorrow in a climate change forum, speaking about all of the changes that we've made with the EV chargers, the vehicles, and the upcoming project with the arena, which is going to save us about 80% of our carbon footprint and about $50,000 a year once we get it all implemented. So that's an exciting project coming forward. So talking about that tomorrow, and then next week, facilitating a small town meeting with AMCTO for municipalities under 10,000. So those are sort of what's going on.
Sorry, can I just ask
Mhm.
you, what is it that's happening that's bringing the bill down so much?
There's a multitude of things that are happening. So we got funding to do a study on the arena in 2022. And so through that study, we were able to apply for the GICB fund, which we got $1 million. going forward. You'll see an agreement will come forward in the next couple of months. They're still,
The federal government?
yes,
See?
correct, yeah. And then we've also applied for the Green Municipal Fund for an additional federal dollars to go towards that. I should hear about that in December. So, and then the same with the EV chargers and the vehicles, got funding for that as well. And so, yeah, working to sort of do those things, but it's basically a revamp of our ice plant, which was about 23 to 25 years old. So we were gonna have to spend about $600,000 regardless. So, you know, and then just a bunch of other initiatives, lighting. There's solar panels in the works there. So we applied for the curling club as well, which would have actually been net zero.
Yes. which
And,
would have
and
paid-
unfortunately, and also quite shockingly to me, that project wasn't the one that they picked to fund. So very surprising to me, because I would have loved to have said we have a rec center in the township that's net zero, but we'll come close. We'll be 80% and we have until 2029. So we don't have to take, you know, big hits we'll start in 2026 and then we'll just keep investing as it goes and replace. And we can also go back and file for our our compressor that we had to replace. There's, you know, it's old, it's starting to go, things need to be done. So we were very fortunate to have all of this about.
So
So
that's not, where are the charger that's
Here.
gonna go? Here?
yeah,
In town as well?
No, they're
Oh.
going here, so for a couple of reasons. Number one, for ease of hydro. But also for ease of how they are going to be administrated in and out of our care. So if people want to rent them, it's easier if they're here. And returned here.
yes,
Oh, what do you mean returned? I thought that these would be stationary. Are they not car chargers?
they are stationary. We have a vehicle as well.
Sorry.
Two different things, different things. Yes.
Oh my gosh, you must have thought I was.
No, it's like they've updated chargers.
Yes.
What
Oh my gosh.
were you talking?
Sorry. Sorry, we're also getting a Chevy, some sort of Chevy.
Equinox.
EV, an Equinox. Oh, I was right this
Yeah,
morning.
you were right.
Okay, so a Chevy Equinox, all electric, that can be rented out.
Mhm. Yeah, we don't have any transit programs here, so trying to test it out
Yeah.
to see if, you know, if you're a family that lives in town and you have two vehicles right now, maybe you could go down to one vehicle and just have a second vehicle when you need it. You know, maybe some of the volunteers that do volunteer driving at the senior center to medical appointments, rather than using their own vehicle, would like to use a vehicle through here, you know, so
So
we'll.
like a car share program.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, so it's a pilot, so we'll see how it goes.
It's a
And
Piercy with Whitewater and Norfolk and Wilberforce.
yeah, so we'll see.
And we
Yeah.
think it will qualify us for provincial gas tax.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a win, except this table and probably everybody in the municipality, probably everybody in the county
Mhm.
knows that I didn't want full electric vehicles. I wanted hybrids. However,
Yeah, the funding. Yeah.
rules of the funding, they have to be full electric. So
But the full electric can go quite far now, like
Well-
you can go 400 or 500, depending on the car
depending on the weather,
and the weather.
Yeah.
depending on the hills. So depending on whether you've got the
So-
AC on.
Yeah.
So
You get a pedal one back or deeper from back.
So, well, we'll see if this works out.
Mhm.
But in any case, we will have the chargers and that's great.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
so the chargers. okay.
where we would like them is the tourist booth. But with the vehicle, it makes far more sense for administrative purposes to have them here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and then you can walk around, you can walk downtown, walk to the park.
And we save money because we don't have to upgrade the panel here, whereas at the tourist booth.
That's-
And we had just upgraded the panel, so we have to upgrade it again.
You did,
So
yeah.
I think it'll be good. And then we'll be on all of the different apps and hopefully because people are planning their routes over where they can charge their vehicles. So I hope it brings
Yes.
more people to Eganville, but we'll see.
When I was on council many moons ago, there was one thing I was very pushy on, but we didn't get through, so I'm glad to see it.
They were quite expensive. too.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
expensive,
things have
for sure.
things
This
have for
is, you know, I
sure.
was just talking about this with the owl. When we looked
Mhm.
into the owl all those years ago, it was 15 grand. It's like 2 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to your point, people book their routes, and if they're
Yeah,
gonna say, oh, well, Eganville has one, and I'm going to Algonquin Park, and they'll stop here and they'll go to a restaurant
Mhm.
here, and it helps the local businesses and
That's the
the
hope.
economy.
That's
Great.
the hope.
Thank you for the indulgence.
Yeah. So
so fun.
I did go ahead and submit the three delegation documents for the Aroma conference. So one being with Ministry of Energy, one being with the Solicitor General, as the mayor alluded to, with and one also being with Ministry of Transportation, because as council's aware, we had a little bit of a struggle getting this contract redone for the connecting link for winter maintenance. So I would like to have another conversation about that. I'd actually like them to take it back, like they did with the 174 and the Gardner and the DVP, but hopefully they will meet with us and we can sort of have a little chat about it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And
That
all,
means not just maintenance, she means upload.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Take it back as own it,
yeah.
yeah,
responsible.
yeah. I
Sure.
think that's, anyway.
Well, because
we'll see.
as everybody knows, when it needs maintenance, it's our road, but when we want to have a parade, all of a sudden it's the province's road.
Yes.
So pick a lane, people, pick a lane.
Would it be helpful to have like a council motion to take to that meeting?
No,
No, because we'll have the delegation document ready to go, and yeah, and if the minister approves. Now, if last August in AMO, we did apply for a similar delegation, and the response we got back from the ministry was our delegation we're full up, but we'd like to meet with you. And so I said, that's great. When can we meet? It didn't happen. So I've also sent our delegation to those people who said we'd like to meet with you to say, oh, remember us? We didn't get to meet. We're putting in another delegation. But you know, obviously it doesn't have to be at Roma. Like we can meet with them anytime. The discussion is still relevant to the table. So we'll see how that goes. But if they're there and they have time,
You're relentless.
perfect.
she is relentless. And I just want you to know the delegation request for energy, which would be with either Minister Lecce or Associate Minister Oosterhoff. I will actually be seeing Sam and Stephen, so Stan Oosterhoff and Stephen Lecce on Thursday, because we have our Brantford County Day at Queen's Park.
Mhm.
So much like Annette, Sam Oosterhoff is like a dog with bone.
Mhm. He's been
Mr.
great.
Lecce came up to us and he's like, Jennifer, I know your file better than any other file on my desk. So
Yeah.
we're very hopeful, and we've had a lot of help from Paul
Yeah.
at
The Ontario
Uh,
Wastewater
yeah.
Association. He's the president of the Ontario. He's really helped us. And he's meeting with Jay from Lecce's office
tomorrow.
tomorrow or Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. So
They're the 19th, we're the 20th.
yeah, so we are, yeah, we're bothering the minister's office right now, but with good reason.
Because it's a simple fix.
I know. So those are all submitted. We do have rooms booked for myself. The mayor also has a room, and we had another room booked because Roma
Everybody booked my room.
released the registration on Saturday, and whether they intended to or not, they released the rooms on the Saturday too, which has never happened in, I think, 20 years. But so people were scrambling because it is difficult to get into the hotel where the conference is at. You usually have to end up staying off site. So you know, we got wind of it that it was open on Saturday, and we just kind of attacked and booked some rooms. So Councillor Kaplan Jameson suggested that she was interested in going. We already have an extra room, and I know that the budget is spent, but I mean, the registering for the conference is not a problem. I'm not registered either. We'll register in January. I don't know who's registered you or what you're doing.
Well, I go
Okay,
for
so we're just
okay, so yeah, so Annette booked me a room, Gwen at the county booked me a room, but my room is booked by the Roma board.
Yeah.
So I'm a freebie for everything, for
Mhm.
meals, for
Mhm.
room, for conference, for all of it.
Yeah.
Being on the Roma board.
Well, thank you for saving her. taxpayers' money.
Well, now they paid for half of my AMO conference too.
Oh, that's good.
So it's very nice.
So I think that's it on the Roma conference and
It's gonna be a really good conference.
okay.
Anyone else from council thinking of going?
I've been, but no.
Yeah,
You,
I loved it.
yeah,
Been to.
Mhm.
yeah, it's gonna be a good conference. We booked Chantelly Bear again as one of our keynotes. Some of the plenary, it's gonna be a really good conference. I'm very excited about it. The Roma board and staff and AMO have been working very hard on it to make it a great conference because it's grown exponentially since you, like, I think
It was
that
already
maybe,
great,
like
yeah.
maybe 400, even with Roma Ogra. Now it's like 1,100, 1,300. Oh, yeah.
People come, wow.
Oh, yeah. It's a
Mhm.
big
About
conference.
wind, how good it was.
That's right.
And I think like if we're meeting with the Solicitor General, I'd be a value add to that meeting, having a relationship with him, so.
Maybe because he doesn't like Annette and I.
Yeah, I think it's a.
If we get
So,
if we get
But I
approval,
mean, he could not like you and Nanette, so I don't think that,
oh, if we get approval,
but.
It's
I
not
can
really-
actually
it's
reach out
not
to his
really
staff.
Kirshner that
Sure.
doesn't like us. It's the fire marshal. that
yeah, this
doesn't-
one's not fire. This is police. So we
This-
might be
yeah,
okay.
That's right.
We might be okay.
Yeah.
But I can reach out to his staff and just say we put in a thing if you could look for it, if that's helpful.
And I'm
Let me
hoping to
know.
see him on Thursday as well. So yeah, anything, right?
Sure.
Any help.
Yeah.
All right.
So the museum lease, there were a couple of changes. I highlighted them. Any concerns with those changes? And if not, then I'd move forward in December to bring it back by bylaw.
I liked your changes with regard to upgrades, interior.
Okay, that was actually from the museum
Okay,
board.
no, I
Yep.
really like that because I know that they did the Decades Dinner and Dance and they want to do some hopefully flooring. So no, I really like the
Okay.
addition of some of the things that haven't been done before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the MOU for the dog park. So it's expiring this year. So I do have some changes tracked in red. Some were suggested from the volunteer committee. And some of them I made changes because I think they wanted to host a raffle for fundraising, which is great, except that they're not a registered charity, so they can still fundraise. So I had to remove that. The 2 feet away from the fence, like we will do our best, but to say that we shall do it, it depends on how much snow we get. Like that is our snow dump area.
No doubt.
And
Right.
when we talked about putting it there, we had very serious discussions about it. So again, I will send it to Jason and we definitely will have the discussion to say, yes,
Tracy's-
yes.
Tracy's got
yes, yes. We
concern on her
Yes.
face.
we do supply a bucket and a shovel with sand and salt. We do the parking lot and I will ask Public Works to do their best to stay 2 feet away. Obviously, we don't want to wreck the fence, but if we have an astronomical amount of snow one winter, I can't guarantee it. Because at the end of the day, the snow's got to go somewhere and there's a whole drainage thing there. And I mean, obviously if it did get pushed up again, hopefully it wouldn't get pushed up against the fence, but if it did and did some damage, I'm sure we would have a conversation with them at that time. So that was I sort of softened the language to say we'll do our best. And that's why, and I will be obviously clear with the committee to say like I'm not saying no, I'm just afraid,
Shall is, that's strong language.
yeah, and if we have to get rid of snow and your fence is there, I am sorry, but
I was not
It's-
worried about the
it's
well
priority.
enforcement, because that's always like that.
Yes.
Questions from people, right? So
Yeah.
that to me is a greater issue.
yeah, so
than
we took.
snow and a fence.
We talked about that because they wanted it cut down 3 times a summer. And my understanding, and I will double check, but my understanding from the weed inspector is that that's not actually that's actually going to make it worse. So it should be, now I know they were out, I think cutting it like now, like I don't know this week, but to just get rid of what's there, which should expose it to the cold and do a bit more to it. But really, if you want to get rid of it, you got to spray it, and the spray has to take place in the fall. My understanding is that's when they're going to seed. That's when they absorb it straight into the roots. So I suggested that, but you know, then I changed it to just be upon, because things change, just because that was my understanding. There could be a new method to get rid of it. So that's why I just kind of said as recommended by, the weed inspector, or, you know, or when we contract out to have someone spray it, like if you're an expert in it, whatever time of year you think you should come to get rid of it for good, you know, so that was also, I don't want to, not that I don't want to say we'll be there 3 times a year. It's just, I want to make sure we're 3 times a summer. When you cut it, apparently it takes off. Is
It's more
Yeah,
relevancy
so-
to geo.
Yeah, so just, yeah, so we contract out the sprayer usually once a year. My understanding is the fall is the best. Again, that doesn't mean that we can't, like, if things are getting crazy, it doesn't mean we can't go out and do some cutting. We can. If we get a call, we do, but if we're looking to get rid of it permanently, yeah, it won't be in the summer. It would be in the fall is at this moment, but I'll double check that, and we'll do whatever is recommended by the experts, because what do I know about weeds?
A lot of them.
Gonna say,
The important thing is it's a good looking MOU, and we have a well-functioning committee on behalf of the puppies, and
Yes.
we're almost as well functioning here, so let's go ahead and sign that off.
Okay, perfect. I'll bring that back December 2nd, and that's great. And then the calendar. So for council's review, the calendar,
we got on March 10th and the 24th.
it was the March, yeah, that was the issue, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think that works.
Okay,
Agreed.
March 10th and 24th.
Yeah, because again, it's a 5-week month, well,
Okay,
5 Tuesday month,
okay.
So we're making it the 24th or the,
10th and the 24th.
yes.
Okay. And every other month seemed to be okay?
Yeah,
I will just say that in July, I'm usually away for the first 2 weeks.
Okay,
So if people have. The next week is my birthday, so I could be here on my birthday, but that might be a conflict for me. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
just zoom in
I could just,
the
I will zoom in.
afternoon.
Yeah,
That's the beauty,
that's right. I forgot about that.
right?
mhm,
That's the beauty of it.
okay.
I mean, we don't want you to zoom in, we don't want
No,
people to
but if
zoom in
I-
all the time, but when necessary.
Okay. Okay, so just March 10th and the 24th. I'll make that change, and I'll send out invites to all of council, so you have them already on your schedule.
I can't wait for,
That's your favorite, right? I know.
no, the worst was when you and Gwen were sending out all the meeting dates at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
They were coming in like, look, except.
Sorry, gotta get back up to my report now. Okay, so I did want to have a conversation because I have booked Conquer Leadership in. I was going to do a training session with the senior leadership team of department heads. And my question to council is, because, you know, we've had some changeover in council, and I just want to make sure, you know, we're all continuing to work together, obviously, and you know, getting to know each other and talking about each other's values and leadership styles is never a bad thing. We haven't really done any training with the senior leadership team and council since the election in 2022. So I asked Parm if he was available. He's actually coming to the county of Renfrew on the 19th. So he's like, I'm going to come the night before. So he goes, if you wanted to do something on the 18th in the afternoon, he said, I'd be happy to come and do that with your council and staff. So staff is all available. If council's available, then that's great. Then we'll do that training together, and it'll end the year off right, start the year off right, whatever you want to say.
I like it, I'll be
So
there.
It was the 18th, right?
the 18th, yeah.
Did you send a calendar invite for that?
Not yet, because I wasn't
yeah.
sure. Yes, I will.
Perfect.
December 18th, it's a Thursday, so it'd be like 1 to 3. Or 1 to 4, yeah, in the afternoon.
Yeah, cause I have a Roma meeting starting at 4,
Okay,
so I have to leave.
okay,
Thursday, the 18th.
yeah,
Yeah, I've got a Roma meeting on the Friday as well. right before Christmas.
Yes, okay. Okay,
In December, do we have 2 meetings?
yes,
No,
Norm,
one.
some, I think we have,
Now we got two.
I think we have 2 this year because then we only have 1 in so
Oh, yes.
we only have 1 in January because with the Roma conference and then everyone's
Yes.
coming, it just, yeah. So because we only have 1, sometimes we do, it depends on how they fall, but,
Oh, yeah, we do, the 2nd and the 16th.
yeah,
Sorry, I was thinking we didn't.
no, we do have the
Yeah.
2nd and the 16th.
It's-
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah, but then we don't meet again until January,
16th, I think, or
yeah,
whatever's on that.
yeah.
And the
So,
12th,
So
Yeah.
12, 16, 18.
but you're right, if
February 13th.
it went later, like if our first meeting in December wasn't the 2nd, if our first meeting in December was, let's say, the 10th, we're probably not coming back in on the 24th.
We're definitely not coming back in on the 24th.
Oh, but then the first meeting in January would, like, you know what I mean? It'll shift it probably.
Right.
Or we could do 1 in December and 1 in January too. There's nothing. The only time it's ever concerning is if we have, like, as you saw today, we have 3 public meetings. And so those are, we can always call a special meeting for township decisions, but if it's we're holding somebody up from a planning or development, that's where,
Not ideal.
okay. Sorry, now I gotta go. I think that was all on my reports. I'll just take a quick peek at Sarah's and
Next
Erica's.
Decision on RJ's.
Yes, thank you. So for Sarah's report,
Thank you.
for Sarah's report on Rajay's for the because as we talked about with the drones and the fireworks, Canada Day, everything gets booked. So if we want to have these things, then we have to book them in advance.
I have a question about it. So the climbing thing,
The rock
rock
climbing
climbing
wall?
wall, thank you, my words. It's good that it's sort of in all ages, adults can do it
Mhm.
too. Are any other of those, I mean, I don't know what they are just by their names, are any of the other ones available that is not, they're not just children's? Cause I think that's what's nice about and I think that's what we need to weigh.
Yeah.
Like the rock climbing wall gives us something that like a 20 years and 30-year-olds could do, and everything else is for kids.
And they did last year.
Yeah.
There were.
Yes.
There were young adult, they were goading me to do it.
Yeah,
But I had just broken, I
Yeah, the rock,
and as much as we wanna do things for kids, I
Mhm.
think we also, like, we wanna bring out all age groups, so. As much as I would rather pick the lower amount,